Yo, should I think be up and running. Let me just see. Should be up and running. Let me just make sure audio is all good. Hopefully you should be able to see the charts. Yep, sweet. Let me know if you can definitely hear it. I can hear it on my phone, so it should be all good. I haven't done much analysis, so I'm sort of just leaving it so we can just do it live all together. So, but yeah, CPI comes out in 40 minutes. I'll wait another like couple minutes. Yo, Victor, how you doing, man? I'll wait a couple more minutes. Let me actually just post the thing in the Discord. Oh, you been good, Victor? I hope you've been good, mate. Yeah, I'm good, man. I'm good. I'm very good. Do one more minute, then I'll start getting going. Alright, pretty much we'll get going now anyway. So it is CPI, meaning what does that mean? What does CPI mean? What does that do to the market? That equals high resistance, liquidity runs. Let me just do pre-CPI release. It equals, what else does it equal? Higher, come on keyboard, manipulation. What else does it equal? Less volatility. Volatility. So it makes it even harder for you guys to trade before CPI, right? So let me actually get another thing. That's what you want to be looking for, right? Low resistance liquidity runs. You want to feel like if you have a hot knife, right, and you put it through a cube of butter, it cuts through so easily. It just glides through, just runs through to the end. That's what you want to be. That's the sort of trade you want to be looking at. You get in and you get out in about 10 minutes, depending on what type of time frame you're trading. You don't want to be in this choppiness and going up and down, hitting your entry multiple times. You know what I mean? You want to be there, drop, lower, out of the market, right? So what else do you want to be looking for? You want to be looking at higher volatility. My spelling is awful. Let me actually type a bit slower. Oh, there we go. Higher volatility. What else? You want to be looking for the manipulation. So you want to see the manipulation before it actually happens. Oh, is it actually breaking up? All right, one sec. Let me just double check. The manipulation. So you want to see the manipulation? Because it's just running through my computer. Oh, is it actually breaking up? Right, seems alright on my phone. It seems alright on my phone. Is anyone else having is my mic breaking up for you guys as well? Okay, cool. It sounded alright from my phone anyway, so I'm just gonna carry on. Okay, so what else are you looking for? Alright, what else are you looking for when you're trading? Sweet, Drew. Thank you, Will, as well. What else are you looking for when you're trading? And my keyboard decides to just not work. So I've got to use my computer keyboard. Right, what else are you looking for when you're trading? If you're trading euro or pound, you're looking for the three pairs to run in correlation with each other. Right? Meaning, if I trade pound, right, I want euro to be looking similar and I want dollar to be looking inversely correlated. So in layman's term, basically means I want to be looking, if I'm looking for a long for pound, I want euro to be looking like a long and I want to be dollar looking like a short. So I don't want to be long euro and dollar looks long, pound looks short. You want them all to be correlating together. That's will lead you to the low resistance liquidity runs, right? So that's another thing which is key. So that's pretty much the basics. So you want to be looking for the low resistance liquidity runs. I just told you how to get that. Okay, so you want to make sure that all three pairs are working together. If you trade futures, you want the Dow, you want the Nasdaq, and you want the S&P running all together. All right, so you don't really want Nasdaq running higher and S&P running lower, right? You want them both to be running together. That will just lead you to low resistance liquidity runs, which will lead you to, like I said, knife through smooth, like a hot knife through butter. It will just run to liquidity so easily that it's just less stressful on you. So high volatility. How do we get high volatility? The next one. How do we get that? You get that by looking when the news releases. When the news releases. So, like yesterday or the day before, PMI, price manufacturing index. You wait for that to get released. Liquidity comes in to the market. What happens next? Manipulation. The market will manipulate people, retail traders. It'll go one way, and it'll go the other way. So that's what you want to be looking for. Low resistance liquidity means that it doesn't like, it runs straight to liquidity. You're in the trade and it just runs straight for liquidity really nicely, not choppiness. You know that you're in the market. Like the price will tap into fair value gaps like institutional order for entry drill. It'll tap into it. It won't, if you're going long, it would leave the lower quadrant or lower half of the fair value gap open. It may even leave gaps, so breakaway gaps. It would leave that, and straight away you'll just know you're on the right side of the market. Everything will be respecting each other, and it just runs straight for liquidity. So that's what low resistance liquidity runs is. High resistance is potentially like this. Say you was in a short or long, it just runs, fills all the gaps there. It just takes ages, and you're just like literally just grinding your teeth, waiting for the market to move, and you don't really want to be in those situations. To be fair, I didn't actually know I was going to be doing these sort of notes, but next time I will actually just bring my notebook and just write down what things I want to be talking about, because this sort of just is coming off from my head. I mean, I'm not making it up, this is what I've learned from ICT, but I'm just saying I haven't written anything down that I'm talking about. It's sort of like, I have written that down, but I'm just making up what as I'm going across, as I'm going, basically. Okay, so you want to wait for the manipulation, and that comes before, like, just as the news releases, and then it'd be a very smooth trade. So it's like looking at a TV guide, right? You go onto forex.com, you go this week, and you see when the news is releasing. If there's no news on Monday, that leads to what high resistance liquidity runs. All right, there's red news on Tuesday, bang, that's what you want to be waiting for. No, low resistance liquidity runs mean the price is barely getting resisted to run for liquidity. High resistance means it's just a really a low probability day. High probability day is, it could potentially be after release of CPI, but definitely not before. Definitely not before. So yeah, as I was saying, it's sort of like, you know, if you guys drive, right, and you want to drive to the shops, you know when the traffic is going to be bad, right? It's going to be school hours, work hours. Pretty much 5:30 when everyone's leaving work. There's going to be so much traffic there, so you know exactly when the market's going to move and when it's not going to move. You don't want to be driving in traffic, right? You don't want to be trading in those hours. That's basically what high resistance liquidity runs is. Knowing that will save you so much, one, time in the market, and stress in the market as well. And it could lead you to better results as well. Because as soon as you know you're on the right side of the market, you just get a nice reaction. All the PDRAs will be respecting each other. And yeah, it's just so much easier to trade like that. Right, I'll keep that there for now. Let's start analysing pound. Alright, let's go on the 4 hour. I mean, that is disgusting here. So if it's like that, I'll tend to just go down on the lower time frame. Let's check the 1 hour again. This is just how I trade personally. You guys, this is how I trade personally. I've had success with this. You guys, if you learn how to trade another way, that's completely fine. There's millions of ways to trade. It all comes down to risk management at the end of the day. So straight away, this is me just looking live with you guys. So sell side's been taken here. Alright, let's just make the screen bigger. Sell side's been taken here. Okay. Again, I'll go to this wick here. This comes to my eye. I don't think that price has come to the midpoint of that. So, in my opinion, I could be wrong, but this is the way it's worked for me. If price did tap into that there, then this would be an order block, but it's not. This is the order block here. Okay. So this is an order block here. So we've had what? Sell side here, taken. Order block here, tapped into. Now I'm just waiting for a buy side imbalance, sell side inefficiency to be respected. Yeah, sure. So basically, if you want to write it down or just record it, CPI, on the week of CPI, you should try and trade Monday and Tuesday. Do not trade before on the day of CPI. You want to trade 30 minutes. If you do want to trade, it'll be 30 minutes after the release of CPI. And then Thursday, pretty sure it'll be PPI. Let me just double check. Yeah, PPI, which is another huge one. So you want to wait for that 30 minutes after that. And then Friday is a nice day as well. So NFP will be the week of NFP. You trade Monday to Wednesday AM session. Do not trade the Thursday. Obviously, you guys can, but it's just, again, high resistance liquidity runs, more manipulation. You don't want to be trading that. It just makes it a lot harder. The odds are just less in your favor. And if you want to trade on the Friday, it'd be 30 minutes after the release of CPI of NFP. And sometimes it does lead to nice, like smooth runs, like nice runs after NFP. But also sometimes it just be choppy. So depends on how your week is on Monday to Wednesday. You can always just have like a nice long weekend, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. But yeah, just depending on you guys. Hopefully that I've elaborated on that. If you want me to speak about it a bit more, let me know. And I do tend to talk quite fast, so I need to just learn to just speak a little bit slowly as well. Okay. So here, sell side's been taken here. As I was saying, bullish order block here. Now I'm just looking for buy side imbalance, sell side inefficiency, which is there. Okay. This is here. Now, look at that. Look how nice these highs are. Yeah, no worries. Yeah, replay and write down. Pretty much everything that I'd say comes from ICT itself. And if I actually just don't know the answer, then I'll just say that I just don't know the answer. But if it's like a good question and I don't know the answer, I would actually most likely want to find out it myself, and I'd actually just research it, and then I'd let you know. If you text me or something like that on Discord, I would actually find the answer out myself. So if I'm analysing this on the hourly, right, sell side here, bullish order block here, BISI here. If this is the drawn liquidity, right, zoom out a little bit, look on the 4 hour, see if there's any drawn liquidity onto the left. There's this high here, that comes to mind. Surely it'd be this inefficiency here, but I'm not sure if price is tapped into this. We have a look. But it would be these as my targets. Okay, so let's go on the hourly again. Alright, so this would be the next drawn liquidity here. So equal highs, that's beautiful. That would be a nice draw. As you can see, price has already tapped into that there. Okay, so price has already ran into that there, ran into it here. I'm waiting for a nice closure above the 25% level, which is this candle here. There. That candle there at Tuesday 8 o'clock. that's a nice, for me, that's a confirmation that price wants to run higher. Okay, price wants to run higher. So let's replay this back. The only thing that's hard for doing this replay is I can't see what dollar and euro is also doing. So you want to always remember, you want to make sure that dollar, like euro, is looking like a long as well, and dollar looking like a short. So you want to see euro have these PD arrays going up long, and you want to make sure that dollar has PD arrays looking short. If that doesn't happen, then it would lead you to a high resistance liquidity run. So that's quite a key note right there. So we've had this closure here at 8 o'clock. That's nice. I'll then go down to the 5-minute time frame, and I'd look for a bullish order block. Okay, that's just literally how I trade. Straight away, these two down close candles here. Or let's have a look if it ran into this BISI. I think it does. Here. Okay, so it doesn't. So for me, it'd be these two down close candles as the bullish order block. So then I'd wait for price to trade back into this. Here. Oops. So I'll wait for price to, I'll go into the 1 actually. Wait for price to trade back into this. I want to see a nice bullish breaker. A nice bullish breaker. So there's a low, high, lower low. There's a higher high here. This one potentially wouldn't work out. As you can see, price potentially wants to run for these lows. But this is literally how I'd trade. So again, have to make sure that dollar, the DXY and pound is lining up, or euro is lining up with my pound. Okay, so this is the breaker here. Inside that breaker is what? A fair value gap. So that's where my entry would be. Where would your stop have to be? So you can either have your stop below here, which in this case you'll take a loss of this trade, or if you want to be a little bit more conservative, it'll just be down here. You then want to start seeing, okay, you want to start seeing, so this is the sell side of the curve. You want to start seeing price respecting those PD arrays and act as an inverse PD arrays basically, if that makes any sense. So if I was on the right side of the market here, I'll draw this out here. Let me delete this. I'll draw this out, this CB. I want to make sure that acts as an inversion fair value gap. So let me just remove that now. Let's see if price does. So there it doesn't. So if price started trading up higher, and then this CB here, if price broke above that and started trading higher, I'll pretty much know I was on the right side of the market, and I'll be happy to hold my trade until there. Okay, so let's see if price does the exact same thing. It's this here, this one here. Okay, again, don't really like that, don't like that there, but it is just tapping into this fair value gap here. Okay. If it closes above it, okay, so this one again, you'd know that you're just not on the right side of the market either yet, or you're just too early. How do you choose inversion fair value gaps? I think ICT says the last fair value gap for liquidity stream is often first. Yeah, so it's either, yeah, where the liquidity sleep runs. So most likely, what a breaker is like a run on low, and then a run on. So low, high, lower, low. Could be higher, high. So that's the run on liquidity. So that's why I like the breaker, because then you can use that as an inversion fair value gap sort of thing. So we are still in this bullish order block, are we? Here. So we are still in this bullish order block here. We make this make this grey. So we've had a low, a high, a lower low. Okay, so again, very sloppy price action here. It would either be this as well. So this here, because it closed higher than that, this would be the breaker here. This is what definitely you don't want to see. Like, see how there's not many inefficiencies here. There's not many inefficiencies here. The only inefficiency is what? Here. That comes to mind. Is the one that I wanted it to become an inversion fair value gap here. So you see how price is respecting this here. Respecting that there. There. So this, you can tell that this is just a key CB. Alright. So price closes above it, comes back into it, trades above it, and now you don't want to see price trade below this midpoint now. Okay, breaks above, what's that? Fair value gap inside the breaker. Here. Let me just remove the black line. That could be your could be your entry there. Stops just below, because you don't really want to see price trading below this inversion fair value gap. And if it does, then pretty sure it's either would be because euro and dollar are just not like in the right space as well, like it's not running correlated with pound, or it's just I was just wrong. So now this is like such a key thing that has definitely changed my trading. You want to look to the left, always look to the left, and you want to think that it's like a climber climbing a mountain, right? He wants to climb to the top of this. This is the mountain here. This is the buy side liquidity. Look to the left. This is a stepping stone for the climber. If he can't break that, then he's not getting up to the top, right? So what I want to be seeing is the climber be able to climb above, put his foot there, and now he can climb a bit higher. Let's see what price does here. So he's put his foot there. Okay, you don't really want to see midpoint. Okay, midpoint just shows that he could be slipping, he could be not confident in going higher. Okay, he's coming above it now. I definitely don't really want to see his foot go below here. Okay, next one here, there, traded above. I sort of like the two bodies there. This is the first mountain peak. Let's see if he trades up to it. He does. What's this here? Similar thing. Again, don't really want to see price trade below that. That's definitely partials here. So I've had a low, high, low, low, high, high. So the breaker here. Does this make sense to you guys? So I know there's a lot of boxes going on here, but we're still inside this bullish order block here that I mentioned on the 5 minute time frame, all because of that hourly closure. Yeah, so the hourly closure, because what? It respected the BISI here, it ran sell side here, and it tapped into this bullish order block here. Yeah, so once I see the hourly closure, I then go onto the 5. That's my bullish order block here. I wait for price to run into the bullish order block, go into the 1 and look for that breaker. So I've seen the breaker there, and then I want to start seeing the PD arrays respect inversely. So inversion fair value gap there, respected. Inversion fair value there, let's see if it respects that. So trades a little bit lower. What does that indicate? It indicates that price isn't as bullish as you think. So it could be a good idea to take partials again when it breaks this high. So that's a key thing also to write down. So that's why it's so key to always just be watching the market. I like the fact that once it did trade up above it again, that price did respect it. Look at the bodies. Okay, that's why you should take partials here. Price is taking out this bar side here. Okay, right, let me just delete all this. Okay, so this one here is a key one. Why is it key? Because price couldn't break above it, so respected it there. I mean, look at the bodies. So price closed above that, couldn't, so closed above it there, didn't respect it, closed above it there, didn't respect it. These are just indications that price isn't as bullish as you think. So if price was bullish, it would close above that, tap into that and trade higher and proper run through buy side. Price runs through that buy side here, and then what happens? Absolutely tanks, because there's the indications that price isn't respecting it properly. So that's why it's so quite key to just know when to take partials, when to take full profit, because even though this is one of the targets here on the hourly, if we looked on the 4 hour, this was our next target up here. You know, this is our next target. So should we have left more on, more of our partials on, or would we have just got stopped out if we moved stock to break even? So hopefully that makes sense for you guys. Let me go on to where price is trading now. So it's pretty much similar. Straight away, price is taking sell side here for pound. Taking sell side there. Has it respected this fair value gap? This is another nugget for you guys. I've mentioned it in a couple of videos. And I don't like to mention it too much, but price has still respected this fair value gap because you can draw from the midpoint. Okay, so that's a nugget there for you guys. Even if price is traded below it here, look at the bodies, it's the midpoint of there. And if it closed below that, then that fair value gap to me is, I don't like it. So that's one. So BSC here, sell side. Now what we're waiting for, bullish order block here. Look at that, bullish order block here. Why is it a bullish order block? Because price, what's it? So bullish order block is a change in state in delivery, right? So where did it want to deliver to? It wanted to deliver to this BSC here, to this buy side imbalance, sell side inefficiency. It wanted to trade to that. Okay, and then what did it do? It's changed its state. It's delivered to that, and now it's changed. It wants to run higher for what? Potentially a CB or buy side here. So what is a order block? It's a change in state in delivery. Price has changed its state in delivery here, so that there is a bullish order block. Taps into that there nicely. So now, if price closed above, like I was saying, the 25%, the upper quadrant, that's just me, like personal preference, then I would be confident I'll be looking for a long for that high, for that buy side here. But because we haven't seen that, I literally have to be patient. That's just on the hourly. I hope that makes sense to you guys. So let's go on to the 15 and see if there's something else on the 15-minute time frame. Again, a little bit similar. Sell side here has been taken. Sell side here. This candle here is a candle that ran the sell side. It's changed its date and delivery here. So what's that? That's a bullish order block. What does price do when it trades above it? Look at the respect of the candles, of the wicks. Beautiful. So it's respected that there. Okay. Respect that there, trade up higher. What do I want to be seeing now? I just need to wait for like a BISI. Or, what's this? Low, high, lower low, higher high. What are these three candles here? It's a breaker. That's a breaker here. Let me take off the midpoint again. So we've had a bullish order block, we've had sell side, we've had a breaker. Waiting for, I mean, that's 3 PD arrays that has been respected to what? Want to run this buy side here. That's the final target for the climber. Here. After what? That candle here. What's that? That's a bullish closure for me. Look at the 25% level. Okay. This is the first time I'm looking at the charts, by the way, today. So I'm sort of doing this live for you guys. And I know CPI comes out in 3 minutes, so I'll try and be quick with this. So we've had sell side, bullish order block, a breaker there, respected nicely, closure at 4:45, right? So we go down to the 1 minute time frame and we do the same thing, but it's on the 1 minute time frame and the 15-second time frame. What's this candle here? Runs into what? Buy side, balance, sell side efficiency. That's the change in state of delivery. So that's my bullish order block. I'll then go into the 15-second time frame and wait for price to want to trade into this. If it doesn't, then I'll look on the 1 minute and see. Or first, I'll go to the 5 minute quickly. Where's the draw liquidity there? So I'll draw it from here to there and make sure that I only trade in this pink box. So I'll make sure that every single bullish order block is inside this pink box. Let's see if price trades lower. It may not. Okay, it doesn't, but what's this here? BISI here. BISI there, trades above. So these 3 downglow candles is the bullish order block. I want to see if price trades away from it and comes back in. Doesn't, unfortunately. Maybe in a second. So now, sell side's been taken here. Sell side's been taken here. It's still inside this bullish order, this BISI actually. Okay, here. These 3 candles, what does it do? Run sell side. I'm just trying to find you guys a set, like how I trade basically. So it's inside, so again, 15 minutes, done that thing on the 15 minute, 1 minute time frame here. Let's see if price wants to respect it on the 15 seconds. Again, if you look at the time, it's 5:30. You don't really want to be trading in this time. You want to make sure that all the odds are in your favor already before even trading. But let's see if price wants to make a breaker here. It may not. Okay, so it's made what? A low, high, lower low. Low, high. This is literally what I'll be waiting for. So it's made a low, a high, lower low. It may not, it may just trade lower. It looks like it has. I was trying to find you guys another setup for you. Oh, okay, I tapped into this one down here. My original bullish order block. Low, high, lower low. Let's wait for that high to get broken. I'll then, before even wait for that high, I'd want like this here to start acting as an inversion. This to act as inversion, inversion, inversion. Okay, CPI comes out now. Let's actually go on to this one here. So dollar's absolutely going lower. Euro through the roof at the moment. Give it like 5 to 10 minutes to actually settle down. Where would our targets be for euro? Like I mentioned here. Or actually, I didn't actually mention it, but yeah, it'd be this CB there and that bar side there. Let's see if it's tapped into it already. Oh, it's already tapped into that. So it'd be the next. These equal highs there. That'd be the next thing. And here. So let's have a look at dollar. CB here. Bar side there. So this is what I'll be looking for at the moment. And then what's this? This is a bearish order block. Here, because what, it ran buy side, changed state delivery. I'll see how price respects this candle here. And if it comes back up, respects it nicely, then I'll look for a run down here. But at the moment, you just have to just be patient. So buy side here, CB there, bearish order block here. Let's go into the 5-minute time frame. Bar side here still got CB here. However, here, look at this, these 3 candles here. 1, 2, 3, ran into what? This CB here. So here is a bearish order block. See how price reacts to this. Look at that there. Look at that candle, that wick. Tapped into that, to the T. Okay. So let me delete this quickly. So we've had bearish order block here. Imagine we was trading Wednesday 2 o'clock, and I'm trying to build a case. Taps into the order block here, rejected nicely. We've had nice CB rejected here. Again, remember, let's see if price actually respects it there. Unfortunately, it doesn't. And why is that? Potentially because of the CPI trading. Because of CPI. So that's there. So you want to be waiting for another CB here. There's a CB there. And then this would be the buy side. That'd be the buy side there. Wait for closure after that candle there. So which is there. So at 410. Want to be a run on sell side. And sell side here. Then the next target would be there. So pre-CPI. I know there's so many lines now. But let's see if there was at 410 on euro, if there was like indications that price wanted to trade higher. So I'll look to the left here. What's that run on sell side? So what's this? This makes it an order block. Price has tapped into an order block here. I hope this makes sense to you guys. Okay, so price has tapped into order block here. What's it taken? Sell side here. So now I'm just waiting for a BISI. There. BISI there. Where's our target? Well, our final target would be there for the climber. So close up there. Did it close up to 25%? Yeah, it did. Let's take a look at pound quickly. So that's about 410 in it. Again, 410, 450. So the similar time to when the dollar looks like it's wanting to go lower, right? So 410 here. Dollar wanted to go lower. Euro wanted to go higher. Let's see pound at 410. So again, similar thing, sell side's been taken here. Okay. These down growth candles, order block here, or you can look to the left. Okay, for me that's not an order block for me personally. But has a BISI been respected here? It has. So BISI's been respected here. These two candles. Also BISI's been respected there. So BISI respected there, BISI respected there. What's this candle here? Runs into what? The buy side about sell side inefficiency. So for me, that's a bullish order block here. Wait for price to what? Close above it. Or close above it, respect it. That candle there at 435, which is similar to with the dollar, with the euro. So that candle there. Let's replay that back. Oh, actually, get the targets first. So that's the final target for the climber. Replay it back here. So dollar's confirmation that it wants to go lower, euro wants to go higher, pound wants to go higher. In this case, pound was better than euro. So we look on the 1 minute time frame, and we look for a bullish order block. Let's have a look, zoom out. I mean, it would be potentially this candle here because it runs sell side here. For now. Taps into that there. Low, high, lower low. This is the breaker here. That's the fair value gap here. So that would be the entry there. Stops just below there. Okay, so then you want to start seeing again inversion fair value gaps start happening. Go on to the 1. This one here, this would be key. So you're in the trade, inversion fair value gap, it's closed above it. In the perfect ideal world, you don't want to be seeing the midpoint of here get tapped into. You want to just see the upper quadrant, or even just left open, to be fair. So first target would be potentially even there. That's a nice trade. You want to see even on the 5 that close above. So here, so this is how I've done it. You can see that the CB's tapped into that there, traded lower, tapped into that there. So that's like just a key CB. Once it breaks above, you definitely want to see this act as an inversion. And if it does, then I'll be pretty confident for price want to trade up to this bar side here. So let's see if it does or it does not. Look at that there. Breaks above. Look at the midpoint of that. You can't get any precise than that, can you? Runs bar side there. So that'll be your first target. Stops will be moved to break even. Again, just zoom out a little bit more. Got this CB here. Like all this inefficiency here. I would actually mark out not that one, but this one here. Just because that's a small one. There's a little bit bigger one. Price is still respected this one. Look at that there. Runs, what does it do? That still takes bar side there, to be fair. See if it trades lower. Once price starts trading sideways, this will probably be the last line of defense. That BISI here. And again, you don't want to see like this here. When you're in the trade, you don't want to start seeing your bullish PD arrays act as inversions. So this one here, let me delete. here. So it's tapped into that there, traded higher, took out more buy side here, okay, and look what it's doing. It's acting as resistance. That then would be likely that price wants to start trading for stops here, low there, and potentially your stop down there. So look at that there, ran for that stop, and then is it another nice PD array anywhere? Not really. If it trades lower than this, then. But if that makes sense for you guys. So look how we used that bullish PD array to act as an inversion to then run sell side here. Dab back into it one more time, took out sell side even more. Tap back into what the 15-second breaker, which would have been your entry, and you'd have been out of the trade. So let's see where price is trading now. If that makes sense for you guys, hopefully. I mean, yeah, that's why you just have to wait like 30 minutes because that candle's just disgusting. Sort of have to just ignore that candle, really. That's just time distortion. So that's why I like having my three pairs like this. So I've got pound, euro, and dollar here. So obviously dollar's inversely correlated. Yeah. Then we delete that. So we've had sell side taken here. Okay. Has it tapped into any bullish order block? Well, here. Where did it run to? This BISI here. That could be a bullish order block here. So it's taken sell side. Bullish order block. Is there a BISI? There's a BISI there. So BISI, sell side, bullish order block. See how it closes. Okay. So we're looking for longs for dollar, potentially. Then we want to be looking like a clear short for euro. Buy side here. CB there. Okay. What does price do here? Runs into what? The CB, change of state delivery. So that is bearish order block. There, bearish order block. Sell side down here. Pound, let's have a look at pound. So pound has buy side here. As it tapped into the CB. CB there. Look for the order block. I mean, I guess that's the change state delivery there. So this is the order block, but I personally just don't like the look of that. But that is the order block here. So all three are like running simultaneously, like the same. Okay, so I'm more bearish for pound and euro, and bullish on dollar for now. I like the fact that it did close below the bearish order block. But again, you always want to leave half an hour for CPI. So there's a lot of people who are going to be gambling and trading that CPI movement. Just leave it for all the gamblers for like 30 minutes to an hour. But yeah, for me at the moment, short for euro, short for pound, long for dollar. Where does dollar want to go to? Well, there's this inefficiency here. That'll be the first draw. There's a little inefficiency there with that little buy side there. So let me just full screen it. Buy side here. What does that look like on the 1 minute time frame? That high here. That high here, where price is traded lower. So the market wants to target this high, which looks like that on the 15. Does that make sense for you guys? So that's how I got myself a bias for going long. No worries, Drew. Yeah, I'll still be live for a while, to be fair. Probably like hour and a half, 2 hours potentially, depending on the prices actually moving nicely or not. Yeah, I hope that makes sense to you guys. And feel free to say what you guys want, like your analysis. Like, I could be wrong, you know. Like, but yeah, say what your analysis is. I'm happy to hear. I'm happy to hear your guys' analysis, how your week's been. If you traded today, if you've traded after the CPI, if you traded before CPI. Nice, I'm happy. I'm happy it makes sense. But yeah, that was literally just me doing it live right now. And usually I take a little bit more time and just like focusing on how I got the bias. But yeah, that's how I got the bias, and that's how I get it bias on the hourly, on the 4 hourly, on the daily. Those three things have to be going together, you know? So say it wants to run to the low here, and obviously that candle is absolutely just disgusting. But it has closed below the 25% and below the bearish order block here. So going to the 1 minute, this here is the order block there. So it's ran, taken what buy side here, changed the state delivery. Again, that's just such a big candle. But let's see, this is the bearish order block. It's traded below that. Let's actually just go on another blank chart. There. Alright, so this is the bearish order block here. So gone to the 50 seconds, price trade lower, back into it here. High, low, high, high, lower, low. So what the break is here. Oh, sorry. Right, the breaker would be there. Again, that just doesn't look nice though. Looks like it's just going sideways. You want to see like a proper clear breaker. Yeah, that's the manipulation candle. You don't even want to really add that to your analysis. So technically I shouldn't even have that as you shouldn't even have that. But yeah, for now, bearish on pound and euro. But we just have to just wait for, again, another like 10 minutes to 20 minutes just to let the market settle down, and yeah. But hopefully that does make sense for you guys. That's why it's good to have, like, I guess, like 3 screens, like 3 actual monitors, so I don't have to like split it up into 3. But you can do that on any time frame, and that's just how personally I trade, how I gain the bias, and quite a lot of the times it does work. So any other questions, guys? Anything else you want me to go through, another pair, or just speak about anything? Like, I'm here to speak about anything. Any questions about ICT or anything in general? Is there any other news coming out? No, that's it. Now is just the time to be patient. Patient and wait for the market to settle down. Let's take a look at NASDAQ. So NASDAQ around the buy side here. Yeah, I use NDOG, the daily opening gap. Yeah, I use it for analysis and also draw liquidity as well. Only for dollar, really. Don't really use it for euro, but dollar and like if I'm looking at futures as well. Oh. Sell side here. BISI here. Order block there. Closure there. Take a look at ES. Want it to be similar. CB there. BISI there. Look to the left. Didn't take sell side, but what did it do? Ran into this BISI here. So these 3 candles is change state and delivery. There. Get the mean threshold. Again, that's just another indication that price is bullish if it actually respects it. It doesn't there, so that's just another thing just to keep in mind. That candle there, 430. That's the confirmation candle that price wants to run higher. That's the draw liquidity there, say that is there. So you can either draw there or there. Make sure that you're buying in a premium or discount. So after 430, so which is 445, going to the 1, So 445 is there. So that is actually bullish order block here. Does price come into it? Nope. Drops lower into that. So what's this candle here? Bullish order block. Trades above. Trades into it. Is there like a clear breaker? Again, look at the time, 5 o'clock. Look at price here. Not really doing too much there. But low, high, low, low. Wait for that high to get broken, which is there. Fair value gap stops above there. Just runs for that bar side here. Comes back into that there. And just trades lower. But yeah, the main thing is time first. Time and price. Like I said about traffic. Like you can have a good trade setup, but just trade at the wrong time and just have your psychology would be wrong. You think that you can't trade, but it's actually you're just trading in the wrong time. Like you're trading in rush hour, or you're trading when everyone's taking their kids to school. Like the traffic's just gonna be rubbish. But I should trade before CPI. So again, CPI. The morning of the CPI, give yourself just a nice long morning, because trust me, the price is just not going to be the same as the usual day. Dollar looks like it just wants to trade higher back into what? This CB and the buy side. I think that was pound. Let's get all three of them. But yeah, this is all, I've just learned all this from ICT and just spent so many hours, countless hours of just building like a certain strategy using these concepts, and this is what I've come up with. And yeah, it works quite a lot of the times. And it saves me from, because what I was doing beforehand, I knew all of ICT's concepts, but all I wanted to do was have a strict, like if this happens, then this happens. Like if that and that and that happens, then I trade. You know, that's all I wanted. I didn't want, oh, if this happens sometimes, then I'll get in, or this sometimes happens, get in. I just wanted like a strict strategy. As long as I see that, and then I'm got to get in. If I don't see that, then I don't get in. That's all I wanted. And yeah, I'm lucky I've sort of, you put the hard work in and, you know, somehow found something. And yeah, just have to have strict rules. You just know when to trade. Knowing when to trade is just the key thing, man. Knowing when to trade. Time first, then price. Trust me. So price is tapped into the CB. Looks like it wants to take this buy side as well. It has taken the buy side. I mean, look at that manipulation here. So manipulation going short. Look on the 1 minute. Do you reckon people saw this buy side here, ran lower, or wanted to come inside this CB to run what? Short. But actually, what's it done? Trade lower. This has acted as what? An inversion fair value gap. Get the midpoint. Trade is above. Oh wait, you can't even get to the midpoint. What does that tell you? That is bullish. Brown on what? Buy side. There's a high there. People stops. That's actual people who traded in the market, put their stop loss there. And that's what the market is going to be hunting. There. Oh, the amount, the amount of studying, man, I've done was loads. So much. Can't, honestly, like, I'd say for the past 4 years, I don't think I've spent like an actual trading day not on the market. Apart from if it's like a holiday or something, US holiday. Every single Twitter space I joined, listened to multiple times, wrote notes about. Every single live stream I joined in, wrote notes about. Every video, wrote notes about. Like multiple times. Those 5 hour live streams I've watched like multiple times. So Euro's trading lower. There's a little inefficiency here, which be a drawn liquidity. Again, just keep it so simple, guys. What does the market do? Someone in the chat, the market. What does the market do? If someone could tell me what the market does. What does the market do? Like, how does it, like, where does it move to? What is what I'm trying to say. If someone knows that, write it down. Does three things. Does three things. Keep it so simple. It does three things. What does the market do? Yep, seeks liquidity. What else does it do? Yep, runs to inefficiencies. So it runs to imbalanced market prices. Or it just goes sideways. That's all the market does. All the market does is it either runs for sell side, or it runs for inefficiencies, or it just is stagnant. Like, keep it that simple, right? So you've seen it run sell side here, you've seen it run for this inefficiency here, and it's traded above. Where does it want to go to now? It wants to go to a higher price than where price is now, yeah? That's an inefficiency here which hasn't been filled. That's a buy side, that's liquidity there that hasn't been ran. Where do you think the market wants to go? Run up there, tap into that. Well, that's all the market does. It just does those things. Runs to buy side or sell side, runs for inefficiencies, or just is stagnant. So knowing what the market wants to do is just the keyest thing. Okay, so once price is taking its buy side, that doesn't mean that price is going to go lower, right? Doesn't mean it's just going to go straight there, then wash, straight there, then wash, wash, wash. It has to like show you that it wants to go lower, right? So potentially, let me go do a blank chart here. Okay, so these candles here ran into what? This daily opening gap, right? So these four green candles. So that is a bearish order block. Bearish order block here. Make that grey. Take out that. So price has ran into bearish order block here. Okay. It's taken out this buy side here and also this buy side here. Oh no. I swear it took out that buy side. It did. Alright, don't even use that weird thing. Defo use just this one here. Okay, so bearish order block here because it ran into daily opening gap, right? It's taken buy side here and tapped into what? This CB. So potentially now, if price does close in a bearish state and pound and euro have done the same thing, okay, so if we just delete this, delete this, delete this, this here is tapped into this, that candle here, so what does that make it? That makes it bullish order block. However, price is closed below that, so I don't like the look of that. So this is how I'm building, like, sort of how I'm getting my bias. Why is that lagging now? Don't lag. Oh. Okay. So next, we want to see if price is trading in a BISI. This here trades a little bit lower than that, so price may want to tap into this. This is a bullish order block as well. So I'd have to just be patient for euro to potentially want to do that, or it starts with trading and makes it, like, taps into another bullish order block. Does that make sense? Pound. Pound here, so runs sell side. So what's this here? Like I said before, bullish order block. What's this here? A BISI. Has it taken sell side? Sell side's there. So pound looks like if it closes above there, again midpoint first, then buy side. Euro's not really on the same wavelength as pound and dollar. So that could lead to what? That could lead to a high resistance liquidity run. Okay, so that's how you can sort of tell if you're trying to trade pound to maybe just use half of your position, half of your risk, or if price takes buy side, then just take more partials off than usual and then move stops to break even a bit quicker because price could reverse on you. So those things you just need to just know. Go into the 5, see if price respects it a little bit better. So not really either. Again, yeah, not really. This be the only bullish order block here where it runs into that. There. Oh, I hate when it bloody does that, but then it's closed below. So euro's not on the same wavelength as pound and dollar. But yeah, we could be switching biases right now. We could be looking to go long for this buy side, depending on how this closes in the next 5 minutes. However, again, euro isn't on the same wavelength, which could lead to high resistance liquidity runs. But that's how literally I trade. Again, go to the 5. What's the draw liquidity? Buy side there, midpoint there, gap, wicks equals gaps. So those would be my targets. Does that make sense for you guys? How I'm using dollar, pound, and euro to build myself a bias, and it doesn't always change that quick. Sometimes it take like an hour or like 2 hours to figure out like what bias. But I guess for the CPI or the dollar was clear and to the run on that buy side here. And it doesn't like it could close above there and want to run even more higher. Like, just all depends in the next 4 minutes. Again, euro, like I keep saying, if euro wants to join in, then that order block here it'd have to get tapped into. So if it wants to trade lower, that push dollar higher, which potentially just makes pound just go sideways. Have a high, low, high, high, lower, low. So that's the breaker here. So potentially you don't really want to see this breaker get respected if you want to look for euro longs. But if it does respect this breaker, you get this length, this leg. This is manipulation. And that would be the target here. This is 1 standard deviation, negative 1 standard deviation. Lines up with what? Perfectly with the order block. So that may indicate that price could trade lower. But yeah, we just got to be patient now. But yeah, if price trades or price closes above, then at least we can take read and see what price does. So at the minute it's not above the 75% level or the upper quadrant, but hopefully it does, and then we can all take read. I'm just going to quickly go to the toilet, guys, so I'll be like 2 seconds. So we've got 3 minutes anyway, but yeah, I will be back. Let me know if you got any questions or anything like that, or if you understood what I was saying. Alright, I'm back. What's the key to strong bias? I've just explained it, sort of thing. So you want to make sure that all three, it says, say you're trading euro, you want to make sure that pound, euro are going together and that dollar is opposite. You want to see, then you want to make sure that like the PD arrays are respecting each other. So BISI, order block, CB here, and then you want to see euro. You've got sell side here, that's the only thing that I see at the moment. This BISI here has been closed below. A little bit there, which I sometimes don't mind. But I definitely, that's on the CPI day, I want to see that. Like the bodies close above. And there's no bullish order block. Dollar. Bar side, CB, order block here. Rejected. We can now start seeing sell side going down. But yeah, that's my key things to gain a bias for me. Got 20 seconds. Might need to just reset this. There we go. Right, should be a little bit better now. What was on dollar? Here. Alright, so what was on dollar? Or pound? Pound. Okay, so it's closed below. That's just a confirmation that I like. It may still trade higher, but for me personally, oh, why is it still doing that? Come on. And usually I tap it and I can just move it around. I've got to drag it. So yeah, the upper quadrant, I like to see price close above. It still may do it, but I just like it better, more like a more confluence to it happen, and a lot of the times price ends up going lower. So, but let's have a look. Let's see if this time price does it. So say we've seen a closure here, 9.45. Go to the 1. Is there bullish order block there? Exactly, comes to me eye. I'm going to reset it again quickly. Let me just reset it. Hopefully it works. Come on. Don't think it is either. I don't know why. What is this? Okay. That is actually just frustrating, to be fair. Just how I can't have to drag it instead of just using my mouse. Anyway. Right. Pound. So 1 minute here. That's the bullish order block because it ran sell side here. Trades above higher, going to the 15-second time frame. Let's see if there's a breaker gonna happen. So on the 15 seconds, let's see if there's a breaker. Dollar on the 15-minute closed nicely. So I like that. Oh, euro again just hasn't. It's just not in sync. And you want to make sure they're all in sync, like I keep repeating. Euro's not in sync, which could lead to high resistance liquidity runs, which you just do not want. So for me, I just want to make sure all three of them are working together, and it's just so much better. You don't have to worry about it. And if I take a trade and I lose when everything ticks my boxes, then that's just trading. You're not going to win every single trade. But if I trade the exact same way every single time with that little edge, then I should come out on top. And straight away, look, prices are trading below this order block here. So yeah, now we've got to wait another 15 just to see if, or just be patient. May not be another 15, but yeah, we just got to wait for euro to catch up and start respecting speedy arrays. Or dollar could just start trading higher for them. But that's just some good thing to know, because if people jump the gun, or I potentially could have jumped the gun, if I was just a bit earlier in trading and seen this bullish order block here, gone down into the 15 seconds. I mean, there is no breaker for now. But say I was just even trying to be more aggressive and get into I don't even know, say that bussy there or something like that, and then I just would have lost the trade, just by not being patient. Any of you guys got a bias on pound or euro or dollar or anything? Nasdaq, S&P? Doesn't always have to be the same bias as mine. Let's take a look at Nasdaq. So bearish order block here. Bearish order block here. CB. Buy side. So we've had buy side, bearish order block, CB. Let's look at S&P. Go to the 5, look to the left. We've got buy side here. This candle here runs that there, or this candle here runs into that CB. Let's do that, so I can't be asked to draw it across. So we've tapped into what the bearish order block is, a CB. Hasn't tapped into the CB yet. So again, you just got to be waiting for what potentially this could be a CB here. And then just got to go for the YMZ. What is the lower? Let me draw that across. H. The Dow should be similar. So Dow, buy side here. Order block, there's an order block there. And just we wait for again a CB, sorry. So for me, I'm bearish on Dow and the futures, but I have to just wait for ES, a CB for ES. For Dow, Nasdaq's already ran into the CB, but yeah, draw liquidity. It'd be that there, then that sell side there, come to the 15, yeah, that sell side, that little inefficiency here, inefficiency, sell side, sell side. That's just my opinion for futures. Does that make sense how I sort of just got myself the bias there? DZ Gamer, did that make sense, by the way? It's for the keys to a strong bias. I don't know why. Oh. It's doing that, to be fair. Let's bring you across. Hopefully. Yes, I can do it now. So yeah, just feels a little bit less laggy. So pound looks like it wants to trade higher. Dollar, again, like I was saying, lower. Sell side here. Midpoint here would be my drawn liquidity. Look on the 5, yep. Euro may trade higher, but I definitely want to see something happening with Euro. Like it hasn't respected any PDRAs, like I was saying. And yeah, pound has respected its PDRAs, so trade next drawn liquidity would be the look on the 5 would be this buy side here first, and then midpoint. So let's actually tape read it for you guys. Here, look at that there. So price is what? Tapped into that CB there, ran sell side. So I wouldn't see that act as an inversion fair value gap now. Let's take the midpoint away. So I want to be seeing that act as an inversion, which at the moment it is. And then it will on trade to this bar side here. Just keep the midpoint in mind. I don't really want to see the bodies close below the midpoint. Don't really want to see the price in general go to the midpoint. But if it just wicks through it, then I don't mind as much. But it's definitely not the body. Here as well, I'm not too good on it, so I'm not going to speak too much about it, but if anyone watching is good on it, this here is a balanced price area. Here. So this is here, it's a busy there, so it's imbalanced in the sell side. It's delivered to the sell side. So once it breaks away from it, then it shouldn't really want to go back into it. So that's, I don't know too much about it, so I'm not going to say too much. But yeah, that there is a balanced price area, balanced price range. So the price shouldn't really be trading around it. It would just want to run and find inefficiencies here, which there's an inefficiency there. There's also an inefficiency down here, but we're looking for longs there. So, yo, Drew, how you doing, man? Just went through Nasdaq, S&P, and the Dow as well. I went through it quite quickly, but I wanted to be seeing with ES this CB. I want to see that get respected. Yeah, I mean, only it wasn't just a couple mil. It was about 10 mil, I think. It was about 10 mil. I went all in FTMO. It could have made FTMO bankrupt, but went full in, full margin. Dollar runs. It was like about 3 ticks for dollar. I got him right there. Exit there. My stop was down here. It was such good risk management. But yeah. Like I was saying, so I want to see ES get respected here. I want to see a nice closure. The dollar, the Nasdaq has already respected the order block, CB, and taken buy side, so that's okay. And then the Dow as well. I want to see a respect on the Dow here, the CB, or a sales and balance buy side inefficiency somewhere else. But yeah, bearish on them 3 pairs. Pound, that's not good. That's not good to see. Okay, I definitely don't want to see this act as an inversion. Again, before, like I was saying, on the 15-minute time frame, it didn't close above the upper quadrant, which is just a big indicator for me. I'm not saying it's not going to trade higher. It's just like for me personally, I haven't had as much luck, or hasn't worked out as much. So yeah, let's see if price respects its busy here, and I want to see it start this act as an inversion. And once it starts acting as an inversion, trades away from it, then yeah, I will want to see that bar side get around through. Let's have a look at ES again. So that closure there, obviously you don't want to see that. You want to see like a bearish closure. And then where could price want to run to? There's inefficiency here with sell side below it. That's if price wants to close bearishly. If it closes above, then you just have to be patient and wait for another CB. Euro just not doing nothing. Waiting for potentially a bullish order block here, but again, if that runs lower, dollar would be running higher, and pound then run lower or just go sideways. Any of you guys got any analysis, anything like that? I mean, look at this day here so far, just sideways into the New York session. I do like the bodies there, so it's respecting the low. Any other questions or anything, guys? Yeah, it's not too much. It's only 6 figures. But definitely my goal this year is to get like so many more accounts. But yeah, you can still make decent money with like a big account, just one big account. So here, I just don't want to be looking like, I'm not confident for price. I want to run this buy side at the moment. This would be my probably last line of defense, would be this BISI. If it trades below this and starts acting as an inversion, then that low will probably be getting ran out. Yeah, literally, man. I mean, just got to put in the work and just put in the hours, have strict rules, and yeah, you will get there. And again, just like the keyest things, it's like you may be like such a good trader, you know everything, but time first. Like obviously ICT is like amazing and stuff like that, but he'd probably be able to easily trade with this. But someone like us, we should just wait for like the perfect trading conditions, and yeah, it just makes it so much better, like so much easier. And then our mind would just be like, okay, I'm a confident trader, I can trade, rather than just jumping in the ocean, like the deep end basically, and then your mind would be like, am I a good trader? Like, does this work out? Like, honestly, it's yeah, time first, making yourself have good market conditions, and yeah. The rejection block here. Well, that rejection block there. What are you saying? I don't do too much rejection blocks, to be fair. So the rejection block, wick CE. That could act as a drawn liquidity, if that's what you mean. That could be a drawn liquidity. So at the moment, price is looking, me personally, long. So long, buy side there, draw liquidity there, draw liquidity there. dollar looks short, euro just doesn't look anything, which potentially could hang pound in the, like, hang it dry, and yeah, it just won't be a nice trading day. So sell side there is the only thing for pound, for euro. I want to see more things than that. Looking at the 5, one's lower, sell side here, bullish order block here. So we've now had a bullish order block. So sell side, bullish order block rejected. Now we've just got to wait for what, a BISI. Here, inversion fair value gap, which I like, but I do want to see a buy side imbalance, sell side efficiency. But yeah, these just get definitely one of these days where it's just gonna be choppy because of euro hasn't respected the PD raise at the same time as pound and dollar. I hope that made sense, Julius, by the way. Let me know if it did. If not, just say it didn't make sense, and I'll try and go through it again. Like, explain it a little bit better. So we've had a closure below here. Obviously, we still got this fair value gap there. I think it has closed below that as well. It hasn't with the midpoint just yet. But yeah, what's NQ doing? So again, look at this CB. Don't want to be seeing that. I want to see like a bearish closure. Same with the Dow. Oh, the Dow actually did. The Dow's nice, but we're just waiting for ES. Oops. So that looking nice so far there. When you say best time to trade, do you mean waiting for an A+ setup or specific time of day? Specific time of day, and the news. So just have to make sure that one, there's either like red news on the day, so that you can see like the manipulation clearly, and there's volatility in the movement, like in the run. Because if there's literally nothing going on, price will just move like a little bit slowly. It'll just be a little bit harder to trade, a lot more manipulation happening, and you'll be like just grinding your teeth if you're in a trade. And if so, what times within the London session in New York? So the London session New York is 2 a.m. there till 5 a.m. here. Text London kill zone, and copy that till 7 a.m. till 10 a.m. is the New York, and then 10 a.m. to 11 a.m. is the silver bullet. So here and here, I'm actually going to go on. This is a good thing as well. So I don't know if you guys have seen ICT's like one of the latest videos using the midnight opening price. It's actually quite good. So you get the midnight opening price, which is there. I don't trade any specific macro. However, the one that I use the 5 minute, or if I use the 15 minute and then get into the 15-second entry, the macro actually is like, it works a lot more on the macro, like 10 to the hour, 10 past the hour. So yeah, the macro is kind of crazy on that one. Okay, so that one there. And then you get half an hour, so you get the low, which would be under the one. So you get 30 minutes before the market or after the market low. Let's do that. And then the high is there. So you get the high and low of the 30 minutes in the opening time of the opening price. Then you get the first fair value gap presented, which is here. Draw that across. Okay, and look how the first fair value gap presented is inside the midnight opening price. I like that. And then draw from there to there. I tend to just do that and do like something like that. Look how price is respecting this fair value gap all throughout the day. Look at that there. Look how price has respected that low there. The low of the 30 minutes. Trades lower, comes back to that there. I mean, you could have like a trading setup like this. Buy side's been taken. Displacement here. It's tapped into the low of the day, of the midnight opening price. There's a fair value gap there. So that could be like just your literal simple setup. Run on stops. Taps into the low of the 30-minute opening range. Displaces lower. Comes back into the fair value gap. And where the bit of run would be. Sell side there. And your final target would be sell side here. Okay. And then go to 15-second time frame if you guys have that. And you want to be seeing this buy side of the curve. You want to start seeing them act as an inversion. So here. Taps into it there. Breaks lower a little bit there. But I want to see that act as an inversion fair value gap. This here. Or that even volume imbalance. I want to see that act as an inversion. For me to just be more confident for run this low here. And then the last one probably be this here. So let's see if price wants to do that. If it doesn't, then it's potentially wants to trade high or the trade's done. But yeah, I hope that makes sense for you guys as well. So yeah, midnight opening range is crazy as well. So that could be another thing just to look for. What does the price 1 minute before CPI do? Taps to the opening range low, and then runs through it. Comes down to the high of it. CB. Lower, sell side here. Runs, taps into the low again, runs lower. So if this breaks above, acts as support, then I could potentially see it run that buy side there. Yeah, opening ranges again. So if you quickly write this down or just like save the clip of it. So you get the midnight opening price. So at 12 o'clock, New York time, always. New York time here. You get the midnight opening price. You get the first, so then you can always mark out like 30 minutes of the range, which is here. Okay, so you get the low and you get the high of the 30 minutes, which is there and there. You get the first presented fair value gap, which is there. And then you can also, this is also quite key as well, this fair value gap here, you can then use as targets. So there, and there. Oh. So then let's go extend lines to the right. I know it's going to get a little bit messy. But let's look at the 4 there. So it's literally the distance between this fair value gap here. Look at price there, respecting that one there. Let's see if price trades a little bit lower. It'd be a little bit better if prices had like a little bit of a bigger fair value gap. Fair value gap here on a bullish order block here. On inside of that, the range of the fair value gap of the opening range, well, opening fair value gap there could be a run on buy side. Look how price is expecting the opening range high. Catapults into that. You can also do the opening range so you can get the fair value gaps, you get the standard deviations of them. So 3 there, let's have a look at 3.5. Why is that disappeared? Just misses 3.5 there. Look at that one there. The CPI high ran into this negative standard forward deviation of the opening range. That potentially could be the high of the day. So let's see how it does to the low. No, I only used midnight opening range, so the 30 minutes. But that's something just to keep an eye on. But yeah, that's something to keep an eye on for me. ES, nice suspected there. Sell side's been taken. It's already annoyingly got taken before the before the drop, but the next draw liquidity could be down here. Well, final draw would be there. So draw from there to there. Get a premium discount. Go on to the 1. Bearish order block here. After that candle will be 9.45. So it'll be there. So I'll have to wait for price to get back into this if I want to get into that. NQ. NQ doesn't look that clean, to be fair. Let's have a look at the Dow. The Dow has melted. Next draw would be here. Or that little inefficiency there as well. But yeah, Nasdaq. The 15. So on the 15, Nasdaq did close like that at 9.15. So 9.15 is there. Again, don't really like that candle for the order block. Potentially wait for this here. Yeah, I don't really like the Nasdaq, to be fair, to trade that. Hasn't given me a self anyway. But yeah, still, I would say bearish on Nasdaq and ES and Dow. ES next draw will be, well, I see it tapped into that inefficiency already. So it'll be there. Euro is just sloppy, so definitely sloppy price action. Oh. You guys looking at anything else? Let's go back to this screen here. Go to pound. Go to euro. And dollar. But yeah, I don't think there's going to be a setup annoyingly. How did you guys find like the stream though? Did you enjoy it? Did you learn anything or anything to do better? But yeah, like I was saying, the main thing, if you learn anything from here, is make sure that all three pairs are running correlated, obviously dollar inversely, and that you have multiple PD arrays that get respected from all three of them pairs. And you can see like a clear drawn liquidity. That's what I'd say. In the exact, like in the good time frame, in the good time. So. And you want to see it one-sided as well. You don't want to see like irrespective of bullish order block and a bearish order block and a CBE and blah blah blah. You want to see just one side of the market. You want to see that the market is shown as its hand, and you can just, it's so clear to see. I think I'll show you guys yesterday. Let me go to a blank chart. Where was it? Yesterday. I think it was on the 5. Let me have a look. Was it the 5 or 15? Could have been this one here. Right. So here, yesterday, price traded lower. Okay, traded lower. Took out sell side here. Took sell side. Tapped into bullish order block here. Okay, and I was just waiting for price to what? Tap into a BISI. I'd already tapped into one there. So I tapped into a BISI, order block, and was around sell side. Okay. So wait for closure, which is that candle there. It's at 10.45. Closing that candle, right? 10.45. Let's look at pound. Let's just remove the drawings here. So 10.45 on Tuesday. Around about here. So sell side's been taken. There. There. Does it tap into the BISI there? Nope. What does it do? Run up higher. Taps into this BISI here. Okay. BISI there. These 3 down closed candles run sell side. Bullish order block. So bullish order block, CB, BISI. Drawn liquidity, that'd be the final drawn liquidity there. So that runs similar with euro, and dollar should be inversely correlated. So it was here, there we go. So this candle here runs buy side. So this is a what, bearish order block. I've had a CB here, small CB, there, tapped into. And what's that, buy side? Close below, CB again. But what's that time? 10:45. The exact time, euro did the same thing. Pound was a little bit slower, but pound did respect it. So the drawn liquidity there. So again, after here, we've seen the drawn liquidity there. You go into the 1 minute and you want to start seeing buy side of the curve, sell side of the curve. So the client wants to climb down. So you want to start seeing this act as what, inversion. You want to start seeing this act as an inversion here. It does there. You want to start seeing this act as an inversion. Does there. And then run sell side. Euro. After 10:45, okay, you want to start seeing sell side of the curve. This is the mountain peak that the client wants to come to. You want to start seeing these act as what, inversion fair value gaps. Trades above. Look at that there. This one here. Look at that there. That one there. Look at that there. So hopefully that makes sense to you guys. But yeah, just see where the mountain is, see where price wants to go to. There's obviously going to be like the rocks where it can climb to. But yeah, buy side of the curve, sell side of the curve is key. And it just gives you confidence to just keep holding the trade. So it's given me confidence to hold my trade. So here, right, so obviously the higher time frame, 15-minute time frame, which is higher, is our higher time frame for now, for the one. If this is our drawn liquidity, right, this CB here, look how that's reacted really nicely. So it's reacted really nicely here, here. So that's a strong fair value gap. So what I want to see is when price comes to it, breaks above, I want to see it act as true support. So that's what true support and resistance is. Here, like I was saying before, I don't know if you guys are still there, but balanced price range. This is balanced price range. Trades above, taps into it. There's no reason for price to want to come back into this because it's balanced. It wants to run for what? An imbalance. So once it trades away, shouldn't really want to get back to there. This acts as what? Inversion. And just all this buy side of the curve here, this is the whole curve. All of this, all these PD arrays in this run lower should act as an inversion. So it doesn't just have to be fair value gaps. Here's a bearish order block. Let me just remove that. Make it grey or blue. So this is bearish order block here. Once it breaks above, this should act as bullish order block. And it does. Low, high, lower, low. Wait, high. Trying to find like a break or something. Something else which is not fair value gap. No, nothing else really. apart from just another order block here. So that's just another bullish order block here. Look how price is just trading inside the bullish order block. Look at that there. Respects it nicely. True support and resistance. So yeah, buy side of the curve, sell side of the curve is such a key thing. That's a game changer for me as well. Alright, here we go. Here we go. So look, breaker, high, low, high, high, lower, low. This is a bearish breaker here. So remember, buy side of the curve, sell side of the curve. This should act as a bullish breaker. These three down close candles should act as a bullish breaker as it breaks above. And trades high in the end. But yeah, I hope that makes sense for you guys. Let's see where price is trading now. Just literally going sideways. Still, yeah, for euro to want to trade higher, then it has to tap into this potentially or fair value gap. There's no BSC there for now. Taking sell side. NQ traded lower. So ES trade lower, like I said. Nasdaq sort of trade lower, and Dow trade lower here. Sell side's next target. Yo, Dan. Yeah. Okay. So I can explain what an order block is. So order block is a change in state and delivery. So delete that, delete that, delete that, delete that. Okay, what an order block is, it's a change in state and delivery. So let me write that down. It took me a while to get used to it, and again, I might not be 100% correct with it, but where I draw the order blocks, it seems to be respected nicely and it works for me. So it may not be an order block, but it's something that works for me. But yeah, what ICT says is a change state of delivery, or in delivery, change state delivery. So basically it means prices, so this one here, price, where does price run? Price runs buy side, right? It runs its buy side here. Does it tap into this CB as well? It does. So think of it as it's a job. Think of price as a job. Price runs to liquidity and to inefficiencies. Prices ran. Bosh demonstration. Look at this. So prices ran into liquidity here and into inefficiency. That was its job. It's then changed its state in delivery and delivered to the low. So these three down close candles is the change in state delivery. So that's the bearish order block. Okay. So draw that across. That will come in handy later on. And this is how I found my bias for short on the Dow. Okay. So that just happens to not tap into that one. Let's go into the 5. Okay, this one here. Same thing. I think this is the one I used. So these two candles here ran into what? This inefficiency here. Okay, so it ran into this inefficiency here. It changed its state in delivery. So these two candles have done its job, delivered into that. It's changed its state, ran lower. If you draw to the left, to the right, these two were the candles that I'd used actually. Change to the right, it acts as a bearish order block. And what do you want to see from the bearish order block? You want to see it tapped into it, and you want to see like an explosion, really, like rocket fuel. If that makes sense. Another one. Let me get rid of that. I don't like that anymore. Another one is. Does it tap into this? It does, but I don't like the fact that it's traded into like that there. It could be this one here. So price is what? Trading into a volume imbalance. I could be wrong with this, guys, by the way, but this is just how it works for me. Price traded to this volume imbalance here with this candle. Boom. Doesn't have to be always like a down close candle. Like it could have just run there, down close candle there, sort of thing, if that makes sense. But down close candle runs into that, changes state delivery. So this here is a bullish order block. Price then runs away, taps back into it, and what does it do? Runs off. There's loads of examples here. Okay, so this candle here, the next candle runs what? Buy side. Runs buy side, changes state delivery. So that there is the bearish order block. Go on the 15-second time frame. Runs into that there, pulls lower, pulls back into the higher, the bearish order block, trades lower. Hopefully that makes sense for you guys, for you, Dan. I should keep on. Yeah, hopefully that makes sense to you. So yeah, it's a change in state of delivery. So that's why I've drawn this out here, because I thought, well, for pound, even though it's trading lower now. So here, these three down close candles runs what? Sell side, change in state of delivery, bullish order block. This one here runs lower, change state delivery. You can get the last candle here. Trades above, look at the bodies. Trades up higher, buy side. Hopefully that makes sense. Yeah, that's just the way it works for me, really. But yeah, that's the way it makes sense to me. ICT always used to say change in state delivery. Also, it has to be inside a premium or discount. So if you're bullish, like a bullish order block, has to be in a discount. That's another key thing as well. Yeah, did that make sense for you, Dan? Hopefully, and for other people as well. But yeah, price has not been good today. So far, anyway. I mean, Nasdaq is just doing its own thing. ES did trade lower. Dow did trade lower. I mean, yeah, so I hope yeah, cool, it made sense. But I mean, yeah, it may not be ICT's order block, like, but the way he says change in state delivery, I just sort of just explained to myself. I was like, what does he mean by change in state delivery? Well, it delivered to the buy side, then it changed its state. It wanted to deliver to the sell side, so them three candles would be a bearish order block, or them two candles, or whatever, you know. So you see a here, three candles, what runs buy side, change its state delivery, draw that across, bearish order block. These four candles, draw to the last one, draw that across, there. the CB here. Price runs into the CB, rejects it. These candles, bearish order block, draw that across, taps into there on the daily. See that? Where is that dollar? That dollar. Let's just go. Yeah, so see that there. Bearish order block, taps into that there. I mean, look at this. How I'm doing it on the 5 minute. Okay. CB. Buy side. Bearish order block. Closure. 3rd of March. Where does price want to run to? There. There. Go to the 4 hour. Buy side of the curve, sell side of the curve. Okay. We'll see that. Act as a what? Inversion fair value gap. Price breaks below. Taps into it. Inversion fair value gap. Obviously it's on a higher time frame, so it's going to take a lot longer to get, like, to go to the target. But yeah. Where else? Here. Inversion fair value gap. Let's make these big. See if price respects these. Oh my god. Boom, boom, boom. And people say that ICT doesn't teach good stuff. I mean, look at that. I've literally showed you that on the 1 minute time frame, went to a daily and 4 hour and done the exact same thing. Bosh. Look at that there. Breaks below, trades up. Look at that. Buy side of the curve, sell side of the curve. Clear as day. I just tend to do it on the 15 minute, 5 minute, because it's, or the hourly, because it's so much easier and doesn't take about a month to get there, or like 3 months to get there. But you can do that on the high time frame and just only sell if you know that dollar's trading lower. He was on episode 1 on this boot camp, and I don't really understand it from that. Do you think ICT would be more helpful in understanding things like that? Yeah, I would say start with his 2024. It depends how much time you got. If you want to put in every single bit of the, like if you want to put all your work in, you start with the 2022 and then go to the 2023, then 2024. But if you're like fresh new, I'd say probably start with the 2024, watch all the live streams on that and just learn from there. Let's see if it's the same with dollar. Well, it should be the same with euro. What's that there? Delivers to what? The midpoint. What's that candle here? Bullish order block. Taps into that. Takes sell side here. Just unfortunate that couldn't see a BISI. I can't see a BISI anyway. There's that one there, but that'd been unfortunate. But yeah, bullish order block, sell side. There was no BISI run. Let's go on the pound. So that's still in play here. Trying to find the order block here. I mean, that ran what, sell side here with these 4 candles. I was trying to find one, but it's not as clean as dollar. Dollar's not as clean as that one, but yeah, if you use sell side of the curve, buy side of the curve, then I definitely want to see that as an inversion. So then want to run this buy side here into that, into that. But yeah, that'll be the long term. But yeah, I might end the stream now, guys, or in a minute. Have you got any other questions before I end the stream? Is there any other way to make the stream better? But I probably enjoyed the stream though. It was good. Hopefully price is a lot better price action than just a CPI day. But I did CPI day because I knew I was pretty much not going to be trading anyway, and I just want to focus solely on trading first. But yeah, anything else? Any other questions before I end the stream? If not, I would be ending the stream. Yeah, ES lower, NASDAQ just trading, just being sloppy. I like that to become an inversion. Pound sloppy, euro sloppy, dollar sloppy. We called the long here after this. We called the long for that bar side here, tapping into what? The CB. This CB here. Then, oh, sorry about if you heard that from my stomach. Then we saw bar side here taken, CB here, and order block here as well. Rejected. So potentially thought that price wanted to go trade lower. Euro. If dollar wants to trade lower, then we'd want to be looking at euro longs. Euro didn't really respect anything. On the 5, there's this BISI here. Don't know whether I marked that out or not, but it did traded lower, so I don't really like when that happens. And then pound looked like it was looking long. On the 15, we had a BISI here, order block here. But yeah, and then sell side there, but again it's just sloppy. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this live stream. I will keep this on YouTube anyway, and yeah, leave a like, subscribe. Feel free to message me in Discord, and yeah, I'd love to know if you did enjoy the live stream, if there's anything I could do to make it a bit better. But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed. Have a safe trading week. Have a good rest of the week as well, and I will speak to you guys soon. Be safe, and again, shout out to ICT like always. Be safe.